Hey guys, this is the Tuninator, and this is Fallout New Vegas Mods of the Week, Episode 14. So, just a really quick announcement before we begin. I'm working on a companion mod, and I really want to kind of get a custom perk icon with the Vault Boy for that companion, but I can't make it myself in Photoshop because I'm not good enough. So if any of you guys have experience in Photoshop and you've done that before, you know how to, and you'd be willing to do it for me in exchange for kind of a shout out and my eternal gratitude, that'd be awesome. So shoot me a message. But anyways, without further ado, let's get underway with the show. So the first mod I want to show you guys today is the Fallout Readius PipBoy 3500 skin sent in by SteamBub. And this mod is really nice because, as you may remember last week, I said that I showed off the Readius, and it's a really cool mod, but the only thing with it is that it looks way too high-tech for the Fallout universe. So for those of you guys, just want to play, don't really care about, immersion and stuff like that, which is fine. It's a great mod, but for people who, like to kind of immerse themselves in the game world, stuff like that can ruin the game a little, just because it's like, well, this doesn't make any sense. How it's just something that, looks like it just dropped out of, like, Apple or, Best Buy or something in the Fallout universe. So what this mod does is skins the Readius to look like kind of a PipBoy, or especially the user and the menu interface from the older Fallout games, if I remember those menus correctly, which is really cool. And this actually looks now like something you might find in the Fallout universe. It's got different options for icon colors, things like that, and it looks appropriately low, or not low tech, but retro futuristic. That's just a really nice mod, especially with that little nice, cool colored icon in here. The Geiger counter, the exposed wires. It's just a nice touch that makes the Readius look a lot more like something you'd actually find in the Fallout universe. So that's really cool. And disregard this little, clipping finger right here. That's something that it's from another mod I have. It's not the Readius' fault. It's a different mod. It's not entirely compatible with it, so don't worry about that. That wouldn't normally happen. So many thanks to SteamBub for sending that, because it's really cool, and it solves pretty much all the issues I had with the Readius just not making any sense to be in the Fallout universe. The second and third mod I have to show you guys, as you may have noticed, is that I'm in Hidden Valley right now, and there are two NPCs here with me who don't really have any business being in Hidden Valley. Marcus from Jacobstown and Melissa, the Great Khan from Sloan. And the reason for that is both of these guys have a companion mod now in New Vegas. Both of these mods were called to my attention by FranklyTheFarmer, so thanks a ton for that. The mods were made by a guy called, I think, DRG65206525. He made a city companion mod for Fallout 3 that was awesome. And their companion mods basically turn them both into fully voiced and fully featured working companion wheel, dialogue, everything fully lip-synced, player companions, which is really, really cool. So let's start with Marcus first. So as you may or may not know, Marcus was a character in the original Fallout games. He's a player companion in I think Fallout 2 it was. And he was pretty cool. A lot of people, or a lot of the fans of the older games, really liked him, so they're glad when he came back in New Vegas. But unfortunately, he wasn't a companion, so this mod makes him a fully featured companion. As I mentioned, you can see a companion wheel, all the commands. He's got dialogue for everything on the wheel, which is very cool. He's got a minigun, and he's got his own unique super sledge. Maybe another guy whose name I can't quite recall, but it's listed on the page, which is pretty cool. It's the classic Fallout super sledge. So you can see just everything's got dialogue, and if we talk to him, you see that's just a little weird there, but we can say you can see fully lip synced for everything. The author of these mods is really good at using existing dialogue and new ways so that they sound like or not even so they sound like, so they are talking to the player with lines and words that were intended for other use. So he does a great job of that. And so you can see just some more idle banner here, and he's still got the original dialogue as well. But so he's a fully functional companion, which is really cool. He's got fully voiced, fully lip synced, which really helps because there's no immersion breaking whatsoever. And he's also got this little emergency radio you can use, which teleports him right to you. If you select that option, he'll teleport onto you, no matter where he's on the map, I believe. So if you ever lose him, it's a good way to get him. And so for those of you guys who really liked Marcus in the original games, the chance to have him as a believable companion again. For those of you who never played it, or just never knew Marcus, he's pretty cool. He's pretty badass dude. So stuff for checking out the mod. He's I think like the toughest companion out there by far. He's something like 560 HP. So not Fox tough, but he's tough. And then Melissa, may or may not know, is the oh sorry, I should mention you have to complete the Jacobstown quests first to hire Marcus, and you need Speech 50 or Barter 50. But once you have all those, he'll join you. Melissa is the Great Khan who's on the cliff above Sloan, and she has the kind of package retrieval quest you have to do for her. And in this mod, once you complete that quest, if you're liked with the Great Khans, which completing that quest and saving the Boulder City, stuff like that will do, she'll join you. And she's really cool because she's actually you can see one of her bits of idle dialogue there that he's added in, which are quite nice. And but she's cool because she's a companion who will actually fight against the NCR and with the Legion with no compunctions. And a lot of companions have a bit of an issue with helping the Legion. While there's companions who won't join the Legion or fight for the Legion, there's no companions really that won't fight for the NCR, which is a bit lopsided. So she'll fight for both sides, but she has no issues with joining the Legion, and she's quite cool. Again, you can see everything's fully voiced using the existing lines. And if we talk to her, we see that everything's fully lip-synced. She gets the radio there, the same one that Marcus just had. She's got all the lines she would normally as well. So again, there's no immersion breaking whatsoever. You have her companion, she's fully voiced, all fully lip-synced. She has idle dialogue. She'll actually banter with Veronica, which is really funny. He took some of Veronica's lines with the player, or idle lines, and at cast too, and gave them kind of a conversation, a little bantering back and forth with Melissa, which is quite funny. Apparently she'll also interact with NCR troopers, flip them off, curse at them, stuff like that. I forgot to mention, you can also change her hair if you want. I mean, if you think the Raider hair looks weird or whatever, there's a whole bunch of different Raider hairs you can choose from, and you can also choose from the kind of the more normal hairstyles. So if you don't like the way she normally looks, you have options to kind of change that around. So just leave it on this for now so you can see what she looks like with different hairstyle. And so overall, really cool mod. Again, her and Marcus completely seamlessly integrated. No immersion breaking. All their lines make sense. All their lines are them speaking, maybe spliced together a little, but it's still them talking. So great mods. The guy's a great author. His Fallout 3 companion mod was the best I've seen. These are equally high quality. You should definitely check them out if you enjoy having the companion mod, people who make companions, or you like either of these guys, because they're great. And the next mod I want to show is one that a lot of you guys have been talking about. It's Project Nevada. So for those of you who don't know, Project Nevada is kind of a successor, kind of in spirit, to the Fallout Wanderers edition for Fallout 3, which is basically a total overhaul of the game. Added tons of new equipment. You could make the game way harder. You could customize balance pretty much any area you wanted. It was really, really in-depth, and it was one of those, really must-have kind of go-to mods that was just really huge for the game. And Project Nevada is kind of basically aims to be the same thing. I think it's by the same guys, and it aims to be the same thing for Fallout New Vegas. So you can see it's supposed to have 4 modules eventually. A core module, with features like bullet time sprint and stuff like that. Cybernetics module with like a cybernetic implants, and then equipment and rebalancing modules, which are not out yet. Only the cybernetic and the core are. But you can see if you hit the main game menu, you can go to this mod panel right here, which is the panel for the mod, which is really cool because it's got pretty much everything is just customizable right from here. And that's the great thing about Fallout Wanderers Edition. It's the great thing about this too is you basically get to pick and choose what features you want. So if you really, really like something to do, like say the grenade hotkey, the bullet times, and like the helmet visor, stuff like that, but you hate, maybe a rebalancing thing they did or something like that, odds are you can switch off the thing you don't like, keep the stuff you want, and basically just tailor the experience to what you desire, which is really, really quite cool. And just to show off some of the features, the armor I'm wearing right now is a modded armor, so it doesn't, that stuff doesn't work with, this as far as I can tell, but if we put on an actual power armor, you can see the visor actually is like an actual visor now. It looks like you're looking out of a helmet visor, so you can't see everything, and this is a really cool, just kind of immersion thing. It's definitely not for everybody, but if you really like, that sense of immersion, that sense of realism, then it's quite cool. So you have your whole little if you go into third person, it's not there, but first person helmet visor. You can also do some special visual effects with the visor. You can go into night vision. You can go into kind of like a thermal vision thing, and I believe there's a third type that I don't have, but the mod states that there's 3, so it's really, really cool. So again, just kind of a really nice thing. Makes power armor pretty sweet, and it's really kind of a cool immersion feature. So you just expect power armor to have stuff like that. There's a sprint feature. It's kind of basically an incorporated version of the sprint mod I showed. There is a grenade hockey, which basically, you hit the grenade hockey, and you throw a grenade, and then it goes right back to your actual weapon. So for those of you guys who are FPS players, it always kind of bothers you that you have to switch between grenades and normal weapons instead of just, mashing a button and throwing the grenade out. This is great. It's really convenient and a really nice feature. There's, as you may have noticed, there's slower backpedaling. Again, this is all optional stuff, but I'm moving slower backwards. So, again, that's an immersion thing. You may wonder, well, how the hell can you run as fast backwards as you can forwards? So this makes you go slower backwards, and thus makes the game a little bit harder just because you can't kite enemies as like Cazadores and stuff like that, or Deathclaws as easily. There's a dynamic crosshair. If you look at the crosshair, it moves back and forth, again, like Fallout 3, or not Fallout 3, I'm sorry, like an FPS. And I think Marcus actually just made it one of his little comments there, not counting on going unnoticed, because you notice, unlike the other two, he doesn't crouch, so he's super immune, he's got no use for stealth, and that's one of his lines to that effect. But there's the bullet time feature, which is really cool. It basically puts everyone in the game in slow motion, like everyone's on turbo. And it drains action points, so it's not like a super broken thing, because you're going slow, so is everyone else, and you're using AP. So just, I'm sure there's some more stuff even that I missed, but if you look, there's, as well, there's a kind of a cybernetic overhaul, adds a whole bunch of different cybernetic parts you can use, in addition to just the original 2 you can get from the medical clinic. I haven't implemented these yet, but they do all sorts of different stuff. So just a really, really, really cool mod in general. Definitely worth your time to track, and don't just go look at this mod. Go look at it and keep following it, because they're going to update it a lot more, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So the last mod I have to show you guys today is was sent by Andaius from the Fallout New Vegas forums. It's called the NCR/BOS Commander, and it's basically a better port of the Fallout 3 Enclave Commander mod that actually also improves on it in many places with some new ideas and stuff that I really like. It's by a guy called Fallout Gamer, and basically what you do is once you get a certain reputation with the factions, you can use the emergency radio it gives you to call in troops of that faction. So we'll let me just hotkey that really quick. And you can see the menu comes up. Change soldier type. We'll do the NCR first. It's got 2 separate hotkeys. One for the actual like orders menu, and one for the controlling the soldiers themselves menu. So we'll call in a vertibird. You can call in guys to run on their own, or you can have them dropped off by a vertibird. And the amount of guys you can have and the quality of guys you can have is entirely dependent on your reputation with the faction, which is really cool, because in Fallout 3, you just called in whatever. There wasn't really much thought behind it, but with this, you actually have to kind of get and go with the faction if you want to get all the good stuff. And this is, again, I'm pretty sure this is a problem on my end. Happened when I was trying to record before, so that's not like a thing with the mod. So I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, it's just a conflict I'm having in mind because there's so many mods going right now. So we'll call in one of each. You can see they have limits based on your reputation, but you can call in quite a big squad, so we'll just call in 4 for now. So you can open the soldier menu to interact with each of them. So you have the ranger, the elite ranger, the normal trooper, and the heavy trooper. They all have different weapons based on their things. So the heavy trooper's got like a super sledge or like a heavy ranged weapon. These guys have the more accurate kind of sniper rifles, and the NCR's just got like I believe like the crap normal service rifle. So it's really cool. Kind of lets you control your whole own army of guys. So we'll dismiss them all real quick so you can see the Brotherhood of Steel in. And there are still some bugs because this is a brand new mod. The guy's still working on it. It just came out a few days ago even, I think, but he's constantly updating it, so keep an eye on it because he's already added the Brotherhood of Steel, and there's definitely a lot of promise to this, so I'm really happy he did this. It's a much better version of the original Enclave Commander port, and looks to be an improvement even on the original Enclave Commander mod itself. So we'll go to soldier type, Brotherhood of Steel, call into the vertibird in, And these guys you can have basically 3 main soldier types, and then the scribe, which you can only have 1 of max, but because the Brotherhood of Steel are stronger soldiers, it even accounts for that once you call in a bit less of them, so you can keep calling less than you would from the NCR because they are better at fighting. So that's just kind of cool feature. So we'll call in 1 of each. And yeah, sorry about that. Again, it's still got its bugs. It's not perfect, but they spawn on top of each other there. But I mean, you wouldn't expect it to be because the guy just released the mod a few days ago, and he's still constantly updating it. So I really wouldn't worry too much about that. You know, it is what it is. So there we go. Much better now. The Paladins have the heavy weapons. The Knights have the rifles. The Initiates also have rifles, but crappier armor. We have weaker as well. And the Scribes have pistols. So again, really cool looking mod. I love this mod in Fallout 3. I love it so far in New Vegas. It's got a lot of promise. Keep following it. If you have bugs with it, don't let that deter you because it's a brand new mod, and with a mod like this, there's definitely going to be bugs. So just give the guy feedback so he can improve it. And a lot of props to him for porting this over. This is one I really missed, and I really love that he added the Brotherhood of Steel. So anyways, that's all I have for you today. Again, if anyone out there knows how to make PipBoy image icons in like Photoshop, has done it before, can do one for me, I'd really appreciate it. I'd love to give you a shout out on your channel with the mod when it's eventually finished, but please let me know. Hope you enjoyed. As always, comments, questions, things like that, just shoot me a message or post a comment. I try and answer as much as I can. I will answer all my messages. I can't get all of the comments, but I'll try. And if you have any mods, please send them in, because I got pretty much every mod this week from you guys. Some great mods like the Companion mods and the Enclave Commander mod that I might have otherwise missed or even called to my attention by other people. So love seeing the mods you guys send in, so please keep it up in the future. This is the Tuninator. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all later.